So literally you just have to run if you want to get through that because it's always dripping. So me and Nevaeh will be like this. Literally every time this is the situation. So yeah, come. Sometimes you just have to make jokes out of things just to, like, literally.
Mad you are.
Yeah, you have to make things fun to endure, because when I'm stressed out and stuff, like, it does hit home. Things just got really bad, and I just felt like there's like, I don't, like, what else can I go through for God to realize that this is getting all too much. But anyways, this property was infested with rats, it was infested with mice, it was infested with cockroaches, it was infested with ants. It even had like an when I first moved in, there was an infestation of fleas as well. And I'm talking about, I legit felt like I was living in a zoo. Like, I'm talking about rats. They were like this big, like their tails were thick. Like, no, I don't want no one to come to my house. Like, I don't want no family. I think my mum only came to that house twice, and I lived there for like up to 5 years. And that's because I just felt like I have, like, when it comes to housing, like, I have a not housing, my house, like, my pride is up there. Like, I have to make sure that everything is on point, it looks good, etc. And I was like, I don't want no one to come here to judge me, like, and be like, bro, like, this is where she's living. Like, the outside alone is an off-put kind of thing. And then it's like being in the property. I mean, they're not seeing these things, but I'm seeing it. And the fact that Nevaeh, like, was going through this with me, I think that's when it hurt the most. Well, not even think, it definitely hurt me the most, because I don't want Nevaeh to go through that. Like, Nevaeh's clothes used to get nyam up with mice. Like, there's holes, like, in her clothes. Like, I couldn't put nothing on the radiator because all her clothes will be pooed on. Like, I swear, these mice, I felt like there was something wrong with them. No mice trap weren't helping, no mice poison was helping. Like, all of that was, oh yeah, get pest control wasn't working. Like, there was days when I couldn't sleep at night because all I'm hearing is, literally, that's all you're hearing. Nevaeh will be having nightmares. Like, Nevaeh couldn't sleep, she will scream out. I couldn't sleep. Like, I did not get no sleep. Like, I will always be up, I'll always sleep with the TV on, I'll sleep with the light on, because I'm just thinking, I'm trying to find every way to, you know, to scare them away. Like, I'll make sure that I sleep with, like, anything next to me, so that if I hear that, I'm flinging it, like, I'm dashing it, because it was a lot. I remember going in my kitchen and there was poo everywhere. Like, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't gonna show you this part, but I'm gonna show you because I want to be as raw. There was poo on the counter, there was poo on my plates, my cups, in my cups. They've literally ate all my seasoning, my like crisps, biscuits, like all Nevaeh's stuff was just nyam out. Like, all her books. When I lifted up my pillow, there was literally a nest of ants underneath my pillow, literally. I also remember Nevaeh had like all these bites all over her body, and I was like, where are they coming from? It was the ants. Now we're at a point where we went to Jamaica. We went to Jamaica for a couple weeks, and then we came back, and I just felt like that's when I know, like, there's a lot of times when I literally felt like things could never get any worse than it was before, but I think at this point was when I literally was just like, things can't get any worse than this. At this point, I think it was just like the worst. Literally falling asleep at like 4-5 o'clock in the morning because my body is literally drained, because I'm just extremely tired, because constantly hearing all of that, and you're just hearing them running through the walls. Like, I will find any excuse, and that's the worst thing, because I love being in my own comfort, in my own home. Like, I love staying at home. So at this point, all I could, like, I would try and find a way to get out, to get to someone else's house, or stay at someone else's house, because I could not stay at home anymore. And Nevaeh, obviously not sleeping, you know, going in, like, I would get letters from her school saying that Nevaeh is falling asleep in lessons, like she's tired, is she not going to sleep on time? And she was, but it's because these nightmares that she was having, is because she wasn't getting a full night's sleep, because she was scared and all of that stuff. So obviously I had to explain that to the school, and they understood and stuff, but it was draining. Like, I think physically, emotionally, like, when you look at me, I just look like, literally all you hear is, Shan, you look tired, you look tired. It was like the new thing. Yeah, I know, I am tired because I haven't slept. So yeah, when I came back from Jamaica, I felt like that whole time that I was away, that's when the mice just took over my whole household. Like, literally, they just had fun. The whole of my house, like the floor, the kitchen, the living room, the bathroom, there was nowhere that they didn't leave their footprint. Like, literally, like, they took over the whole house. Piss. And then, like, you see, like, this part of my bed, there was poo all on top of here, like driplets. And I lift, my bed is a ottoman bed, so you can lift it up. Lifted up my bed, there's poo underneath there. There's like tissues that you will stuff in your shoes, that's all nyam out. And there's literally poo. Like, for me, the thing was, there's poo on my bed. So if there's poo on my bed, that means whilst me and my child are sleeping, mice are running on top of us. I broke down in tears, because I'm just thinking, I'm sleeping, Nevaeh's sleeping, and there's literally mice running around on my bed. And I think the fact that people can actually get sick, you know, by mice feces and stuff like that, I was just like does the council need to wait until one of us is really sick for them to actually take this seriously? So, like, that was like one thing that we had to deal with inside the property. And then the other problem was, so the block that I was living in, they're looking to knock down the building. Anyways, as people are moving out, their doors are getting sealed. So this is my floor. Literally, when someone moves out, this is what happens. So they basically seal the door. So now squatters are basically making the outside, like on our floor, their home. They can't get into the properties because obviously they're ironed off. So they're literally making their beds outside my property. And then I remember one morning I was going to work, I was going to school, and I pulled the door up to close it, and I don't know, I must have looked at Nevaeh, and she gave me this look like that, and I was like, what? And she was just like, so I was like, Nevaeh, what's wrong with you? And literally, I must have just went that. There was a man, literally, he's got his bed, everything, like, he was literally sleeping right outside our door. Now for me, safety Safety's gone out the window. They're drinking, they're smoking, they're taking drugs and all of that stuff. And then it's like, from that day of me seeing that man, it's like every other day I'll wake up, I see another squatter there, or on my staircase, like there's someone else there. And I'm just like, I don't understand how people, and the biggest like problem, if anything was to happen, no one would know, because I'm literally sealed away from everyone. I'm literally isolated by myself in this section. Another property which has been obviously abandoned. So go through another door, and then there's another property which has been sealed off. And then there's another property that has been blocked off. And we still haven't reached my house yet. And there's another property, 2 properties that's been blocked off. Another one that's been blocked off. Another one that's been blocked off. Then we go through this door. And we go through this door. And blocked off. And I'm the only person that's in this part. And that's my door. So literally, I am by myself. Even with that, like, the council didn't think that this was something that, you know, that they would take seriously. So I write emails upon emails. I'm not getting no response, and I'm just like, I literally don't know what to do anymore. Anyways, came home one day after work, and my door basically someone was trying to gain entrance in my property. So they've put like Vaseline literally in my keyhole, in both my keyholes. My handle looks like it's literally been, you know, they're trying to yank it off. So now I'm thinking, so now someone's obviously trying to gain entrance in my property. Like, who could it be? Like, but then at the same time, I don't bring no one to my house. Like, no one knows where I live like that to try and, you know, if I had any problem. So I called the police, and from that day I literally feared, like, going home. Like, I was so scared going home with Nevaeh. I didn't want Nevaeh to stay with me sometimes because she was scared. If I hear any noise, like any creaks, anything in my house, like, I will jump. Nevaeh will jump. We was literally living in fear, like literally living in fear, and it was scary. And then I would say a couple days after that, whoever it is that tried to, you know, gain entrance in my property, they tried again. This time my handle was actually like hanging off, and I was just like, no, this is serious. I've contacted the council. They came, they fixed my door, but not properly. So then the next time when they tried to gain entrance again, the handle literally was off. Like, I remember coming home, and I went to put my handle down, and my handle was literally in my hand. So I literally just said, nah, this is getting too much. Contacted the council, wrote them a long email. They said that they're trying to they're escalating the situation and blah blah blah, and they will get back to me. Still nothing. So rats, mice, cockroaches, ants, like everything. Like, right now I'm just thinking, wow, like, we actually went through all of that. Fast forward now, I reported, like, obviously at this point now, because things were getting a bit much, and because of our safety, and then the fact that I was working, Nevaeh was obviously going to school, like, when I finish work, it will get pretty late. And at that point I was just like, there's no way that I can keep coming home, like, you know, in the dark like this, because I can just buck up with someone else at my door. Do you understand? And that's what happened. Like, in the evening, I'm on my way home, it's dark, and when I look down, there's a bed there. So at that point I literally just said, you know what, enough is enough. Like, if I'm not getting anywhere with the council, there's no point like, there's nothing that I can do, and no, there's nothing that they can do, so I will have to obviously just make my own steps. Remember, I went to work and I was so down. Like, I literally was just like, I literally can't do this anymore. Like, that's when I realized that I just reached the point where I couldn't push anymore. Like, I couldn't hold on, you know, waiting for this permanent accommodation. I just felt like I needed to make my own moves, whether it be getting a B&B, going private or something. But I literally was just like, I can't live in this state anymore. Like, I can't allow Nevaeh to go through, I can't allow her to go through this. Like, this is not, it's not right. I literally just I just didn't have no more strength, like, to fight anymore. And I literally was just like, I can't, like, I don't know how much time I said I can't, but I literally was just like, I can't do this more. I can't stay there. Like, I was scared to go home. I was like, I can't go home and there's poo, like, there's poo on my bed. I cried and I prayed and I cried and I prayed. Then my co-worker, she was just like, Shan, she literally wrote down a list of all these addresses, and she was just like, send an email, like, literally put everything in there. Tell them what you've been going through, how long you've been going through it. List all the addresses that you've lived in. Tell them what, you know, what's going on in your house. So just literally pour everything out in that email. At that point in life, you just never know who God is sending, and sometimes, you know, he will just send the most random persons ever, and you may question it, but literally, like, God can speak through anyone. And at that point, I just didn't want to question anything. I just wanted to just do, especially if it's anything constructive as well. And I just felt like, you know what, I'm at a place of desperation right now. Like, right now I'm so desperate, you know, to move. So if it's a case where I have to do, you know, this last thing, like, let it be done. But hold on, better days are coming.